Sega.
Yeah!
Your fate is to be destroyed. Why don't you just accept that? Lie down and die.
Hey, what's up everyone? Kobanerani456 here today, doing another news update on Sonic Lost World for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. So, yeah, it's been quite a while since I've actually done a news update, and, pretty excited about, this trailer that was just released today as it showed some new stages and also some new Wisp powers, and gonna give my opinions in this update. Hopefully I can keep this shorter than my previous updates, which have been around like 15-20 minutes long, and yeah, just gonna try and cover the basics and just basically do that. So, but anyway, as you all saw in the new trailer that was just released today, we got to see some new stages, some new power-ups, and we got to see, the Deadly Six a bit more in action. So from what I saw, the Deadly Six were there, we got to hear their voice actors and stuff like that, but one thing I noticed was that they were mostly together, and they were mostly in the same environment. So I seriously have a feeling that, while I thought before that, the Deadly Six were going to be like world-specific characters and stuff, I now feel that they're just going to be together and we're just going to run into them a lot in random stages, and, at first I thought they were actually going to be world specific, considering, the colors and stuff like that, and then, the certain stages that were around, but it's like we got to see in this trailer right here that they were kind of like all over the place, so now I highly do doubt that, but you never do know. Also, besides that though, probably the biggest thing about the trailer is that we got to see some new Wisp power-ups. And these were actually really cool in my opinion. So the first Wisp that we get to see in the trailer is the Eagle Wisp, where basically Sonic just goes into America mode, and it's funny because you think, hey, Sonic could never be even more American than he is now. I mean, look at him, red, white, and blue. But no, he just has to go like full 100% America mode, and he's just like, an eagle all of a sudden soaring in the sky. And basically with this mode, it's like he flies in the air, and he's got like a dash in the air and stuff, and it actually looks really cool. It's like, it doesn't seem like a slow Wisp, like, the Ring Dash Wisp, or the Hover Wisp, that's what it's called. The Hover Wisp from Sonic Colors. It actually looks, very fast-paced, and pretty sure we're going to see some interesting gameplay, mechanics with it, because considering that the Wisps are very limited time, you have to either find another capsule or just use them correctly so that you can reach certain pathways or whatever. I feel that with this Wisp, there are going to be a lot of bottomless pits that we're gonna have to kind of fly over and just do it right, or else you'll fall into the bottomless pit and die. At least that's how I feel. I bet you that's how it's going to be in later stages. Then also, another Wisp that was shown off was the Asteroid Wisp, which we had seen in 3DS footage of Sonic Lost World. At first, I thought it was a buzzsaw wisp that chops stuff up, but actually, it's basically to where Sonic turns into this asteroid. You know, he has the power of the cosmos, and he can turn, you know, surrounding objects into, I guess, space, and basically extends his attack. So, I kind of had the same idea with the buzzsaw attack. It's just that it wasn't a buzzsaw attack. It was, you know, it was like an asteroid space attack. So, kind of interesting. Then also, probably the weirdest, most polarizing, you know, wisp that was actually shown off today was the Beat Wisp, where basically Sonic turns into this musical note and bounces all over the place. It's really, really weird. I have no idea how to exactly explain it, but I have a feeling that it'll lead to some interesting gameplay to where you're going to have to bounce all over the place and should enhance the platforming. I mean, to be honest, I really don't know what to think about it, but one thing I can say is that I betcha it's going to be touchscreen controlled, to where you're going to have to tap on the Wii U gamepad in the right, you know, rhythm, so that you can actually, you know, perform the Wisp power-up successfully. At least that's what I believe, in my opinion. I kind of think it's actually a no-brainer that, you know, it's actually going to be that way. So that, and then also 3 new Wisps were confirmed to be coming back. And one is the Drill Wisp, which I really, really loved in Sonic Colors, and very glad to see returning. Excuse me if I sound somewhat nasally, I'm still a bit sick, but one thing that I did see was that with you know, the Drill Wisp, and it was a really, really big emphasis about it in the trailer, which I did like about it, is that the Drill Wisp can still, you know, you can still stay in the Drill Wisp form after you burrow from up under the ground. So if you actually want to go to the surface, you just fly up and then you dive right back into the ground. It's not like you're going to revert back to normal Sonic, which was something about Colors that, I mean, it wasn't a problem, but it was just like, that would have been cool to actually see in Colors, and glad to actually see it in this game. So that was one thing that they really did put a big emphasis on, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually noticed that in the trailer. Also, the Laser Wisp is returning, which we already knew from previous footage that we've seen of Sonic Lost World with the IGN's tech demo and stuff like that. And then we also saw that the Rocket Wisp is returning, and I mean, don't really have too much to say about that besides, you know, it's Rocket Wisp. We've seen it in Generations, we've seen it in Colors. Works the same way. I'm just hoping that the Wisps in this game aren't as, you know, boring as they were in Generations, because Planet Wisp, while one of my favorite, actually was my favorite stage in Sonic Colors, it was my least favorite stage in Generations, mostly because of the Wisps and how you were mostly in the factory stages, but that really does not matter right now. It's just that I really do hope that the Wisps are a lot more fun to use in this game like they were in Colors, and aren't so forced upon you, if that makes sense. So, we got to see the Wisps, and then also, we got to see 2 new stages that were shown off in this trailer. Got to see Windy Hill, like we always have, and then we also finally, for once, got to see a desert stage. You know, in previous footage of Desert Ruins for the Wii U version of the game, we've seen that the stages look just the opposite of a desert, basically, to where we've seen like a stage that looks like a forest somewhat, to where Sonic's running in like a Mach Speed style section. And then we've seen a stage to where it's like, it's not a desert, it's a dessert inspired, you know, dessert themed stage. So for a second, I seriously thought that Sega had forgotten to put an S in the tech demo. Like, I seriously forgot that I seriously thought that Sega forgot to, you know, put the S in dessert. And I was just like, okay, this is kind of stupid. I don't know, maybe I'm just judging a bit too early. But then it was like we saw the 3DS footage to where it was like an actual desert, so I was like, okay, maybe it's just a play on words or something like that for that stage. And now I seriously do think that it actually is, to where it's just kind of like a play on words with desert and dessert. So maybe we'll just see like one candy-inspired world, and then the rest of the stages are going to be the desert, you know, stages. So we got to see that, and then my favorite stage that we saw in the trailer was the forest stage. Have no idea what the name is at all, but if you look at it, the first footage that we saw of it was with the eagle, to where, you know, Sonic's flying through this desert. I'm sorry, not desert. He's flying through this forest, and it just looks very, very lush. It's very big, very vast, and that's one thing that I do like about Sonic Lost World, is that the environments look very, very big. They look like you can really explore, run around in them. It doesn't look like, you know, it's just like a set path, and then another set path that you can try and go onto, and then another set path you can go onto. It's like, it actually just looks like you can just explore all over the place. So I do like that, and in the forest world, oh my god, that stage just looks so beautiful. Like, there's a grinding section, all that stuff around there. And I think that's actually the most impressive stage in the game graphically. Like, well, you know, Sonic Lost World is based more upon an art style than being realistic. I must say that, you know, that stage just looked amazing. And I seriously believe that this is going to be, without a doubt, one of the best, probably the best looking console Sonic game that we've seen. You know, it may not have all the detail as other Sonic games, but, you know, artistically, it just looks better than, you know, most Sonic games that we've seen so far, and I'm very excited for it. It actually somewhat reminds me of Donkey Kong Country Returns with the art style, to where it's not exactly cel-shading, but it's pretty close to cel-shading, and it looks really, really good. So we got to see the forest world, and got to also see some more 2D action and, you know, Windy Hill Zone. So, you know, pretty good looking stuff. And, you know, overall, I'm very excited. Like I said, you know, the environments look very big, very expansive, and look like you can explore a lot more in them. And then, not only that, one funny thing that also reminded me of Donkey Kong Country Returns was that there was one stage to where the musical note was beating around, and you could see in the background there were like owls, and it looked somewhat like a forest. I don't know if that was a forest world or not, but it did have some similarities to it. But one thing about it was that it looked like Sonic was bouncing around, and, like, you know, there were like these little loop-de-loop like twigs or something like that around there that you can bounce through. And it just reminded me of Donkey Kong, to where you can see, like, the, you know, the foreground and the background, and then there's actually a stage in the forest world of Donkey Kong Country Returns that has these, like, spindled, you know, vines that look very similar to what we just saw in this trailer. I know it probably wasn't based off it or anything like that, but it was just something that I thought looked pretty cool, and, you know, just something that caught my eye. But that about does it for, you know, the info on the trailer that we saw. The last thing I do want to say is that Sonic Lost World finally has an official release date, and that is October 22nd. It was going to be coming out around October 12th, October 13th, but I'm guessing they probably delayed it because of Pokemon X and Y coming out soon, so, and that game was coming out basically the same day. So I believe that's why the game was delayed to October 22nd, but yeah, that's an official release date, and pretty excited about it. As you all know, I will be doing a Let's Play on that game, and going to be doing the Wii U and 3DS version. But that does it for this news update, so thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, stay tuned for more vids, walkthroughs, and updates. If you did enjoy the video, like I said, make sure to drop a like and a comment. It really, really helps out a ton. And previous episodes and all, I've got like well over 2,000 likes and well over 1,000 likes, and if we can manage to do that again with this video, that would be really, really awesome, because it's I really do enjoy reading the comments and just seeing, you know, what you all think about, you know, the footage that we've seen so far. You know, you all point out stuff that I've probably missed, or, you know, just give other, you know, different points of views, and always do love reading that stuff. So, you know, if you did, like I said, enjoy it, let me know what your opinions are, and make sure to drop a like and a comment. But anyway, that does it for this video, so thanks again for watching. See you all, have a good day. Peace, Colonites!